Okay, so here we are for the weekly update, week ending on November 19, 2021. Once again, before we get started here and looking at all our stats, I want to remind you, I still have the live webinar going on. You can learn a lot more about the way I look at the markets and my approach. Just sign up for the live webinar. Remember also, I will be providing a free pattern for those that stay to the end, so you don't want to miss that. It's a good little pattern you can use right after the webinar and check it out yourself. But nonetheless, sign up now before we stop these live webinars. Also, want to remind everybody that we have, obviously, Thanksgiving coming up this week. We will only be trading for 3 days. We will not be trading on Thursday and or Friday. So that typically means that one of those 3 days is going to have a really, really big day. So I usually hit it pretty hard during this week, so be looking for that. A lot of really good opportunities, so definitely take advantage of these 3 days coming up here, all right? Obviously, no trading on Thursday and no trading for me on Friday. All right, let's get into the stats, and let's see how we did for the week. Okay, so here we are for the stats for this week. Once again, this is going to be for the naked setups on the PAP pattern. Naked meaning that we are not looking through all dimensions. We're only looking at 2 dimensions on this. We're not looking at all 5 of them. And basically the reason we're doing that is to show you that just coming out of the gate on any particular pattern, the odds are going to be in your favor for a winning trade. That's the only reason we're showing that. Now, once again, just because the odds are in your favor does not mean that you're going to be profitable. You still have to put the time and effort into becoming a good trader. But the point is that if nothing else, I can certainly help put the winning odds in your favor starting off as you learn to start trading Nadex. All right. Also, I like the first trade of the day because most times I'm going to be winning that first trade, and that builds me a cushion as I go on to trade through the rest of the day. Also, I want to mention this is on the 5 minutes, so just traded the Nadex 5-minute binaries. And though it is 5 minutes, I probably only get about 1 to 2 setups an hour, so it's not as if we're trying to trade in and out every 5 minutes. All right, we wait for a setup, and the setups usually occur every 1 to 2 per hour, so we're not making a lot of trades. All right, so that's the other thing. So just because you think it's 5 minutes, it's too fast. It's actually quite slow, actually, when you're only making 2 trades an hour. So that being said, first trade win for the day, meaning that it's the very first setup for the PAP I take once I start my day. And in the morning I hit it 100%, and at night only 60%, so I only hit 3 out of the 5 in the evening. If you're interested in watching these first trades of the day, you can go to YouTube, Binary Pro Strategies, and there is a recording of those first trades of the day, so you can see how they do. And this prior week, I was just trading the Aussie US. Going into this next week, Thanksgiving week, I'm switching over and I'm going to be doing the US yen. So we'll be focused on the US yen this coming week. The reason we do that, they're all a little different in their personalities. And it's good if you're going to be a trader, you've got to understand how each one of these tend to move. They all have their own little way of moving. And if you want to have a good feel for that, the only way to do it is put the time in and watch it. But also, I'm trying to help my students by focusing only on 1 pair a week this week and next week and the following week, so they can get to know the personality of each one of them. So if you decide down the road you want to trade more than 1 pair, maybe 2 pairs, then you're going to understand the personality of both of those pairs. That's real important. Also recommend, if you're going to be a short-term trader, you don't need to be trading more than 2 pairs at a time. Really, just 1 pair is all you need. But if you have to trade more, then I would never do more than 2 pairs at a time. That is my recommendation. As far as the stats for the week, only on the Aussie US, you can see I was hitting at 81% in the morning, and I was hitting at 67% at night, a little below what I would expect at night, but I'm typically in the 75% range. Once again, we're talking about over a large number of trades. I'm in the 75 to 76%, both at night and also in the morning, so I'm a little above average for the morning. Now on my CB trades, once again, this is something for my own personal trading. Do not think that you can make these kind of numbers. You have to become more proficient with core and then study and practice with CB. But my results are not typical. I've been doing this for 40 years, so do not expect that you're going to be able to make these kind of numbers. All right. Are they realistic? Very realistic. All right. But at the same time, don't think that you're going to buy my program or any program and all of a sudden you're going to start making a lot of dollars. You have to work at it. You have to understand how the markets work. You have to understand the setups, and you have to understand each personality of the pair or pairs or whatever instrument you're trading. Everything's a little bit different. That also helps you in trading. So we can help put the odds in your favor. It's certainly going to be up to you to follow through and work with it and get proficient at using the setups. All right. So not a huge week overall for me, but once again, I was only trading one pair. Wasn't taking a whole lot of trades this week, but I'm going to get a little bit more aggressive going to this next week. So like I said, this is going to be a really good week coming up. So I'm moving over to the US yen. That's going to be the one I'm going to be focused on. It's one of my favorites. So we'll see how we do on that.